live in a lockdown all the time, lucky for us. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody gets to do what they want. And so locking down, I feel like has put people almost in a lockdown state of mind. A lot of people are really fearful, and a lot of people are really sad because they're on the front lines and they're watching their loved ones, pass on. And I feel that heaviness in my heart because I'm an empath, and I first and foremost really want to tell anybody out there that has been affected firsthand that we love you, and we thank their family members for the sacrifice for what is to come. Because wow, I mean, 61 doctors in Italy the last I checked.
Yeah. I mean,
we need the doctors.
Yes.
And that's another thing coming, and I'll touch on that. So, the future of healing is going to look a little different, one day. We're going to heal a virus with frequencies. We're going to, heal viruses with crystals and lights. And, that's happening in a lot of places, but it's not on the forefront of our medical. And I see that coming, as a future for us, for the, beautifulness of mankind.
Yes.
At this point, we don't have that technology, Say if we had, Tesla had the death ray, but what if we had the love ray?
Yeah,
that shot out frequencies and killed viruses, and we wouldn't have to take antibiotics or some kind of man-made vaccine that, mind you, I will never take to cure a virus that, I'm sorry, but I believe this was man-made. Viruses don't come with patents, but the coronavirus does.
Yeah, that's
anyways,
absolutely.
That's a different subject.
But you make a good point, Oh no, sorry guys, that didn't work. I was trying to pop up the phone, but you make a good point. The research that I've done on this whole thing, it's very strange that there was a patent made for the coronavirus back in 2018. Yeah. So why in the world would there be a patent made for a virus unless it was man-made, or anything? Why would there be a patent for anything unless it was man-made? What my guides have told me is I've tried to...
Oh boy, that I could go down the rabbit hole on that whole subject, and there are so many things that are happening that I don't think me and Trish could get into them tonight. People are going to start opening their eyes, and we have been warning that, belief systems are going to be shattered.
Absolutely.
Morals are going to be shattered.
And my guys, I've been telling you guys that forever now, the last couple of years. And then, starting in January is whenever me and Larissa started coming on together. And there was a sense of urgency, and we told you guys this, there was a sense of urgency on getting the messages out that we were heading into turbulent times, okay? And that we needed to start preparing ourselves mentally, physically, and emotionally for the times that we had coming. This isn't new, guys.
Well, I didn't prepare myself for a toilet paper shortage.
Yeah, well, I didn't see that one coming. Good Lord. But,
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. But, and I guess that goes to, the matter of fact that, they couldn't tell us specifically how to prepare, because really, there's not really a good way. There wasn't really a good way to prepare, I guess, because... Well,
there wasn't a date. There was a warning to be prepared, but there was never a date.
That's right.
We knew it was coming March, April, I have been, being told since November, like March, April, boy, this is the catapult, boy. You better put your seatbelt on. This is going to be a bumpy ride.
Exactly.
And you know what? I had my seatbelt on, but it was still bumpier than I'm imagining. And I don't imagine that it's going to get any easier.
Right.
I mean, we are still down here, and I feel like it's going to be up here. So there's all of this we still got to go through. And, to remind the people that, we're going through this together, and I feel that heaviness out there. And I just want to, to remind people that we're all feeling it. Like,
Yep.
You know, you're sitting in lockdown and people, you know, think about it. A month ago, they're like, oh, man, I'm just so tired. If I could just get a break or, you know, well, the break came and they were like, wow.
Yep.
That break came with many other breakages.
That's right.
You know, wondering about their rent, wondering about food, wondering about toilet paper. You know, there came a lot of wondering with the break that they were asking for. And to remind everybody that, you know, those thoughts, those words that we put out there, when you tell the world, I need a break, they don't know what break you're asking for.
Yeah, and you know what? And
you know, you say, oh, you know,
exactly.
I need a break. I just need a little time on the beach to put my feet up.
Now they got all the time in the world, right?
Days, and I want to get a suntan and bathe in the sunlight. You know, that's what the earth needs to know. That, you know, our universe needs to know that's what you want to break. You want to break from. This is what you want to break to. You want to break the beach. You want to break to a margarita.
Exactly. And you know, here's the thing. So a couple of things that I want to go over with that is, you know, I think you can probably go back on all of my live feeds. I have been saying this stuff for a very long time. There will be a rollout. There will be a disclosure of new technologies. There will be a rollout of a new financial system. I've been saying this, guys. They're gonna have to do something like that in time of a crisis and when things like this is needed, because as Larissa just said, how are people going to pay for their rent if the government tells them they can't work? And that's no fault of their own. How are we going to defeat this thing without the invention of some new kind of technology? You guys, the technology, the currency is already there. It's just waiting for a specific opportunity that we need. Absolutely, there's no other way around disclosing these new technologies. The technology that we have in the public is far, far, far below what we are capable of as a race.
Absolutely.
The best time to roll something like that out.
What we could do. Light years what we could do.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Like I said, the healing of the virus. One day, you know, that's why, you know, the virus one day will be obsolete.
Absolutely.
We won't be getting viruses. And if we ever do, we're going to use this modern technology, this far tech, this, you know, this technology way beyond our imagination with the crystals, with the frequencies.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh. That's where we're heading.
Yep.
So, you know, what we're going through right now is precedent. Like there hasn't been a time in our parents', our grandparents', anybody's time. Nobody's done this before.
Yep.
We're all doing this. And to remember, we're all doing it together.
Right. You got it.
This did not separate from race, countries, you know. We're in this together, and we need to stay positive. Positive. Things are going to get better, and a lot of disclosures coming.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know about your star family, don't be surprised if you suddenly do.
And it'll be kind of shocking, but, you know, I've spent the last few years trying to prepare you guys, you know, on if you experience something, that way when you do experience something, that you're going to know what's going on. Because if that happened all of a sudden, your star family just showed up in your room, and you would do one of two things. You would be so frightened that you, of course, because you wouldn't know what was going on, that you'd pass out, throw up, shake, vomit, because trust me, it is a very visceral reaction if you are not aware of anything like that exists or happening. Or two, you would go with it and then call yourself crazy later and then run into an institution somewhere. You know, and neither one they want to happen, which is why they haven't done that yet, because they're not going to do that to you. That's exactly why it hasn't happened yet.
I guess it's a good time to tell people to be open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of what's coming is going to seem like science fiction or unbelievable.
Yep.
But there are things that have been like a can opener.
Yep.
How many times do you have to twist that top of that can before that can is perfectly opened?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that time is coming, and people really, 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 really need to be open-minded because, you know, what's coming is going to be a lot, and it's going to only trickle, and then the faucet's going to come on, and it's going to run.
You got it.
People are going to be, they're going to be like scrambling for answers. They're going to be so confused. They're going to absolutely need someone to turn to.
You got
and I hope that when that day comes, that'll be my job to remember to start from step one for the people who are going to be lost, to know that we're going to get through this. And if you need to, need answers, me and Trish, my divine sister, we're going to be here. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to help everybody around the world the best we can. I'm not no teacher. I'm not no saint. I'm nothing more than you or me. But I do know my roots. I know my star roots. I know I chose to come down here. I know that my time is now. I know that what I came down here and what karma I came to play and to do and to get rid of, I got rid of my karmic garbage.
Yep.
I am here to help whoever needs help when this new world comes, but this old one's going to shatter first. And when that shatter happens, people are going to need answers, and I hope that I can be of assistance.
Yeah, and
And I thank you guys for coming and turning to us, and trusting that we wouldn't come here and talk about what we're talking about if we didn't believe, for one.
Yep.
For two, we hadn't gone through it to get here. Mm-hmm. And three, to know that we are doing this from our heart to the best of our ability, and we're doing it for the whole, because we are all one.
Absolutely.
We are all.
Absolutely. I'm going to get down here where you're at, Larissa, because I found a way to prop up the phone, but it's kind of on the floor there. There we go. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I rambled, I guess. But that's where I felt like I needed to talk about that, I guess.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to get some more people on here. If whoever's on here could share, I think we lost some. But, this stuff is free. I've got a lot more information that I want to get out. And
yes,
we're going to start the meditation.
Even if, if it ends up that we didn't get to fix this and it wasn't perfect, people can always watch it later, and we will still meditate, and we'll still send the love where it needs to go. And
absolutely. If we
have to, we'll do another show here in the next day or two, if we just can't figure it out tonight.
Right.
Tomorrow still, the 4th and 5th, still a perfect day to do this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Whatever we got to do, sister, I'm right here. I'm holding your hand. We're going to get through this.
Yeah, we will. It frustrates me that we couldn't get the broadcasting program to work. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now, so I'm just going to move on. I think that would get me more spiffed, if I keep talking about it. So, because I worked on that for like 2 hours before it came on.
And we thought we had it figured out.
We did. We
had it working.
We were so confident that we had it worked out.
We were.
That's okay.
I'm glad to be back, because we went silent for a while, and maybe, our viewers need to understand. There's times in our life, I know there's people that come on and they're able to do their messages every day, and that's great. I'm glad. But I'm not a person who gets messages every day. I might get confirmations from the universe, like I'll get my numbers. I always get my numbers, or, I get my confirmations that way, but I don't literally get my prophetic messages all the time. And I feel like it's better to come on with my messages collectively than to come on every day with just a small piece. I think the way, me and Trish do it, we connect when the puzzle pieces are as to we have figured them out to see them, because I get bits and pieces, and it's the bits and pieces that come along that I have to put together. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, I might not understand what I was told on Thursday, but 3 weeks down the road on Saturday, I'm like, oh, that's what that meant. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And that's the way,
exactly. 3 weeks after the message, but the message was always so strong that you don't forget it.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of put these messages in a bucket, and when it's time to come blow that bucket out to, say if it's a, a bucket of popcorn. You want 3 people to eat popcorn, not just one.
That's
You
right.
know, the bucket's full. Now we can share. I
Right.
feel like the way that me and Trish come out and with our messages, and we get them out when our guides guide us to be here. Me and Trish don't really plan this. Like, our guides are like, okay, it's time to get a hold of your sister. We need to, it's time to do this together. We're going to, go live together. It's time. So that's why me and Trish go silent sometimes. It's not because there's nothing going on in the world or we didn't take the time. It's because sometimes we have a lot to process to get to where we are tonight. So if you're hanging tough with us, and we welcome you and we thank you for being here, because we certainly have a lot to talk about, and technical difficulties might not get to them tonight, but we will get the message out because it's meant to be here, because here we are.
Right, right, exactly. And I think it was whenever I first started, well, not right when I first started doing my live feeds, but, when I really got into the good information and I was channeling through a lot of important stuff, it was like every live feed, it would completely cut out and completely just stop. And it'd take me 2 or 3 tries to actually even get it going. And so it's not uncommon that, here's the thing is that it's not me, it's not Larissa. I could probably have a faster processor on my computer, sure, that might be part of it. But the real problem is that whenever there's an important message to get out, the dark comes in and they can harvest, they have, power just like the love and light do. So they're going to do anything they can.
And they're trying to hold that power right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Their days of reigning is up.
That's right. And, right now, like I was saying earlier, with this whole collective energy and collective manifesting, like what we're seeing right now is the exposure of it all. Like the viruses, I'll tell you, I did a search for how many child predators have been arrested in the last couple of days, and I got like 50 plus results. That means that 50 plus predators were arrested in the last couple of days. Okay.
Is that regular people, or are you talking about elites? Who are you talking, Trish?
Well, you're talking regular people plus, like, there was mayors and there was a senator that was arrested too. I forget his name, or a senator prospect or something like that. So it's not discriminating anymore. And plus, all this other stuff that we're seeing going on, the point is that we would have never seen that before. For some reason now it's all coming to light. Let me tell you something. Viruses have happened before, and there have people that have been arrested before like that that's not been shown. I can tell you that there's been at least a half a dozen other viruses, or let's say what should have been pandemics, that have went around in the last 50 years that we did not hear about. So 6 other times in the last 50 years we should have been put in a lockdown like this because of a virus, but we have not, because of the need for the powers that think they are to control us and not show us. Because right now, because we know about it, we're able to take precautions in order to stop it. Now, there's been interventions before on these last viruses, again, 6 in the last 50 years, that have been stopped it. But that 6 other times that humanity could have been ended, or ended in some kind of a catastrophe, or minimized in some kind of a catastrophe, but that has been intervened, as now we're not being intervened, but we're handling it on our own because we know about it. I'm trying to bring through a message and I can see it in my head, but what I'm trying to say is this has happened before, but it has not been publicized. It has not been in the media, it's not been publicized. But it's happened before on this scale. But because we're going through our awakening, and because we're, um, in the process of expunging our karma, then we know about it now. Does that make sense? And we're able to work with it. And the fact that it's being exposed and the light's being shined on it, we're going to get rid of this once and for all. Because we know about it. Because we're aware of it. Because we're working with it. Okay, because we're taking precautions.
Like I said earlier, I don't think it's something I spoke to on our feed, but another thing people need to remember, the lockdown and the virus is people are wondering, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to get food?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I really believe our future is looking at right now we're many countries where one day we're not going to be countries but one global community, and we're heading that way. Yep. This is heading this way. We affect each other. We are one. Yep. And if we know anything from this virus, is that it doesn't discriminate. It didn't discriminate. It didn't care where you lived, how much money you made, what safeguards you had in place. It didn't discriminate. The virus came it's coming for you. It's still coming for us. Mm-hmm. We're going to be looking at a peak here in the United States, from what they're saying. We haven't peaked yet. No. Very scary. Yep. But, I don't think what works today or what worked 3 weeks ago is going to work a month from now. And this happening is a bigger picture. It's going to be a better world for us. Financially, we're getting the evil swept away. There's a reason the citizens are put away. And, we are being tucked away to not be harmed by these people who are still trying to control us, as Trisha's saying. We are being safeguarded from the people who have been hurting us all that we've ever known, all these lives that we've ever known here on Earth.
That's right.
That's it. We're done. It's over. This virus is making sure, and the virus is real.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of the rest of it is not.
Yep. And the fact that we're aware of it, per media, per, in our reality, is a good thing, because this is all manifested, and when you break it down on a spiritual level, it's symbolic for when we beat this thing, we're kind of repaying some of our karmic load here as a collective. And we're all, well, not all of us, because I myself, for those of you that don't know, I'm a nurse, so I can't stay at home. I don't get to. We're all doing even though that, I'm still doing my work. And there is a lot of order that comes after chaos, okay? Because you're kind of forced to take order of the chaos, okay? Of course. There's going to be a rollout
of what we can't control.
Right. And there's going to be a rollout of certain new technologies, because they're going to have to, okay? Because since this isn't a reality, since we're aware of this, since it's been exposed that there is this going on, the people are going to want technologies in order to beat this, and they're going to have to. As far as people, worrying about having to pay their rent, since we're aware of this, since it's on a global scale, since it's in our reality, okay, they're going to have to come up with a new system to where I'd say more than half the world are not going to get evicted from not being able to pay their rent. They're going to have to. That is not even a question. They're not going to let half the world, become evicted because they haven't been able to pay their bills, because they haven't been able to work because the government told them to. That's not possible.
Right.
That's not going to happen. So they're going to have to roll out some kind of a system to where that's not going to happen. You guys see what's going on, right? You see this. This is why one reason why I wanted to come on is, 444, this was the tipping point, okay, of how this is all working out. I want you guys to be aware of the fact that this is going on. The whole world is changing, okay? I'll go with 3 months ago. The big system was still in place. People had to work to pay their bills. If you didn't pay your bills because you didn't work, then you lose your place, you lose your car, or whatever. or you might not have a meal because you don't have any money, okay, because the system didn't pay you. But now the system isn't there. The system is telling us we can't work. Half the world, more than half the world. The new system has to be rolled out in order for us to band together, in order for reality to continue. A new system has to come about, and that includes technology and currency. Again, because they're not going to allow it. Okay, more than half the world cannot be on the streets. It doesn't make sense, you know. And also, as Larissa was saying, the technologies that we're going to see have to do a lot with vibrational healing, sound healing, crystal healing,
light healing.
Yes, electromagnetic light healing. Yes. Anything to do with the electromagnetic system, we're going to be seeing a lot of healing rollout. Don't be surprised if you start seeing some studies regarding sound healing for this virus, okay, or vibrational healing for this virus. Let me tell you.
I did frequencies the other day, virus healing. I went to YouTube, and I wish I had the link to share, and it was absolutely phenomenal. The frequencies that are made to clear the viruses, out of your body.
That's right. That's right.
Like, it's a different tone, and the tones change, and it's wow, very refreshing when you just take that time. I believe this. It was I don't know, maybe a half hour, but it was a real frequency clearing for viruses only.
That's right.
And it was amazing. Yep. And I'm not sick, and I didn't say I was sick before. But if there was a way to counteract other than what I'm doing to go outside, safeguarding myself with the mask and the gloves and the washing and the sanitizing and all, other than that, and the cutting of the onions in the house, and, because that I'm really big on. Yep. Other than those kind of things.
Yep, and garlic is really good too. Yeah.
We decided, let's try these frequencies, because I believe in the healing art of crystals. I believe in the healing art of frequencies and light therapy, and I'm not a believer in vaccines. I'm not a believer in someone who creates a virus and gives us a vaccine to kill the virus that they created. I'm not into any of that.
Yep.
So if I can take control of my body, because I am free in this world to take control of my body and what I decide to feed it, how I decide to eat that food, and how I decide to heal my body.
Yep.
And so we tried the frequencies, and like I said, the tones were very, wow. Like, it's almost like you could feel them, like, flushing through your sinuses, flushing through your ears, like you could feel it flushing down every quadrant of your body. And I'll tell you what, I've been really super tired lately. The resonance has been, 49, 30, and bouncing back down to 7 or 10. So I've been like super tired trying to keep up with all the energy that Mother Gaia's going through, because like she's showing labor pains, like she's going through this, and I've been super tired. Well, like I said, I did the frequencies.
Mm-hmm. And wow. And like I said,
I woke up today, and like every day since I did the frequencies like 3 days ago, I feel better every morning I've woken up since I've done that. So
absolutely,
I don't know what to say.
I agree. And I've been doing my healing bowl, my singing bowl session for myself every night before I go to bed. And I notice a huge difference in the way that I'm sleeping. My dreams are more lucid. But like I was saying, don't be surprised if you're going to start seeing a lot more studies regarding this virus, and the fact that they're going to start seeing that it cannot settle in an area that's of high vibratory. I feel like soon we're going to actually start seeing studies of that in the news,
well, it's a low vibrating virus.
Yes. Well, any virus.
And if you find yourself depressed or lonely, those are low vibing energies, and that's why we are telling you to stay high vibe.
Yep. And Exactly, and
like attract like.
Yep, and I feel like some kind of a media source is going to be exposing this, and the same with not only with vibratory, but okay. Well, let me say this: low vibratory entities, or viruses, or bacteria, or whatever it is, just low vibratory, cannot sit in the presence of a certain high vibratory. Once you get over a certain vibration or frequency, it cannot survive, or it cannot be there. Okay? It either goes away and does not bother that area of high vibratory, whether it's a being itself or an area. It cannot be there. And it's a certain level, okay, and I believe it's 200 megahertz or above. It just cannot be there. The same with acidic environments. So you're talking acidic foods, acidic water. It thrives in acidic environments. So when you're able to make your surroundings or your body more alkaline, this is going to benefit you too. Several companies are now making alkaline water that you can drink. Now, there is a certain level that you have to keep your body in, of course, to keep your equilibrium, keep your
7.5 and above.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, if you could make yourself a tad bit more alkaline, this virus, bacteria, or any illness, or anything, depression for that matter, is not going to be able to stay. Okay, so drinking alkaline
and if you're
water.
not able to get the water, because who knows where you are around the world and where you're getting this message from.
That's
if
right.
you're unable to buy the alkaline water, you can make alkaline water with a teaspoon or a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, the mother's apple ciders. Apple cider vinegar in an 8-ounce glass of water, and you can do that 2 or 3 times a day. Or you can go to your local health food store or pharmacy, wherever you pick up your vitamins, and you are able to buy some apple cider vinegar tablets also.
Yep.
But if you could incorporate that into your daily life, this is going to keep your body alkaline, and a virus cannot live in an alkaline environment. A virus has to have a host. It has to have an acidic host.
Yes.
Just like cancer, it's the same thing. Yes. If you keep your body high vibing, keep your body pure of acidic, you've got to stay alkaline. There is definitely a balance, and you want to be on the alkaline side. You are not going to catch the virus, deal with the virus, or pass the virus, because it's going to be like, repels you, like mosquito repellent, but it's, virus repellent.
Exactly.
No Rona.
Exactly. Right. No, but you're right. And I'm not convinced. I like how you said you kind of went into cancer too, because I am not convinced that areas of cancer are not caused by an area of deeper acidic. Okay, so a tissue that's more acidic, I'm not convinced that's where tumors grow. That's not where tumors grow from. Or I should say. I've actually done quite a bit of research on that lately.
I'm not the specialist, but I know that is true. I mean, I know in my heart of hearts that's true, and I'm not the expert, but I know what I know. I am a cancer survivor, and I believe that changing our environment, our body, keeps us from all of that, and
sure.
It starts with positivity in our life. It starts with faith. It starts with our diet.
Yep.
What we take in, what we feed our body. I mean, say that we only have junk food and that's all we eat.
Well,
but if we put the intention,
but then you're going to be more acidic. So,
but our body still has to process the garbage. But the intention will at least help bring it down. And if you have to eat garbage, alkaline your water.
Right. If you are eating junk food all the time, or McDonald's, or carbs, constant carbs, then physiologically, your body is more acidic, or you're going to have areas in your body that is more acidic.
And low vibing.
And low vitamins, yeah.
If
Malnutrition, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I suppose, I mean, I would love to do a test like this one day. Say your grandma cooked you dinner and your spouse went to McDonald's. I bet if you were to measure the energy off of grandma's cooking versus the McDonald's cooking, you would learn to reflect the energy, the vibe, the frequency that is being released by the food that you're putting in your body. Just as if you were to take a McDonald's English McMuffin. I mean, nothing against McDonald's. It's just like the biggest fast food chain. And you took a fresh spinach out of your garden and you were to do that test. You would start to realize how everything, not just ourselves, but our food and whatnot, is all in conjunction, that we are one. And you can start that correlation with just the food we eat to the pandemic that we are as a global community going through right now.
Yep.
Our food, our attitudes, how we handle our neighbors. Right now, it's all showing, like, if you didn't know we're one, you do now. We do know now.
Exactly.
The person who was out fly fishing a month ago, not thinking about a care in the world, is now going, wow. So I did matter when I was out there fishing to what's going on in the world. Because you can't be ignorant anymore. We all are awake that we are all being affected by one thing that is not discriminating, not one single person on this earth.
You got it. You got it. The whole world, again, I know I've said it earlier and a few times, but the whole world is all focused on one common thing right now. The whole world, okay? And
whether they're trying not to think about it, whether they're trying to educate themselves, it's all on everybody's mind.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what's not on everybody's mind right now? Okay, for one time in our life, the whole world is focused on healing and getting better. Okay, because that's just a matter of fact. This whole thing about this virus is getting better and being cautious and being safe and being helpful to one another to stay safe. We're focused on that right now. It doesn't matter that it's on this virus,
not just our own. That's a big deal.
Our whole consciousness, collective consciousness, is not focused on hate for once. It's not focused on terrorism for once. It's not focused on where the next bombing's going to be, or that you can't walk down the street without getting shot at. No, our consciousness is not focused on that right now. Our whole collective consciousness is focused on staying healthy and staying safe and helping the other person stay safe.
Protecting our young ones, our elderly, our neighbors.
That's right.
And you know, I want to go right here while we're talking about caring about our neighbors and our loved ones. Me and Trish, she is an essential worker. But the two of us would love to thank all the others essential workers out there who are keeping our country running right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
All of you matter. And that you are helping the whole world right now. Thank you for being out there. Thank you for being essential. Thank you for taking your job with love and care. And when you're out there dealing with the people that you are dealing with, please, please, please remember to have faith over fear, because people are scared right now.
Yeah.
And if you are an essential worker, it's also essential that you remember that we're all in this together. We're going to get through it together, to have faith and to trust. Where this is going is going to be beautiful. Even if we don't have the answers, to trust that you are essentially helping the whole world right now.
That's right.
Not just the people you're caring for, the people you're taking care of while we're in lockdown and you essential workers are out there. You are the earth angels right now. Thank you.
That's right.
You are doing this for the world.
Right.
And the divine sisters right here, our gratitude goes out to you. Thank you for being essentially perfect for all of us.
And as she said, I'm an essential worker too. I'm a nurse, so I don't get time off. But But I am a hospice nurse, so I work in and out of homes. I do not work in a hospital. So I have much respect for the nurses that are working their asses off in a hospital right now, trying to keep everybody safe, and their own self safe. Because one thing that we have dealt with in this whole thing is a shortage of protective equipment like masks and stuff.
PPE.
PPE, yeah. It's something that everywhere is dealing with. It's quite frustrating because before it was never an issue to, get a box of gloves and then it's immediately ordered and replaced. The same with shoe covers or the same with gowns. It was never an issue until all of a sudden we have this crisis. So everybody is working together on the same thing and trying to keep each other safe. But again, especially in the nurses that are working in the hospitals and these clinics and pushing in overtime and pretty much risking their own well-being to help these patients. I've got much respect for you, much respect, and the doctors as well, of course. That also goes for any first responders, EMS, the people that are responsible for transporting these patients back and forth to the hospital, and that I've got much respect. And you know what? For once in, I don't know, since there was the first nurse ever, Florence Nightingale, for once, nurses are getting the respect and the gratitude they deserve. Okay, and I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about all nurses. We've always been kind of low man on the gratitude pole when it comes to society, but nurses are now getting the respect that they need for working their tail ends off on keeping everybody healthy and taken care of.
And a special shout out to psychiatrists and psychologists out there that are working with their patients, because we do understand that there's also people who are depressed and they are really struggling right now. And I want to send out my love to anybody who is in lockdown in an abusive relationship. Please know that we do know that not everything is good right now.
Right.
And
do
Absolutely. Know that. And we want to express that we understand these are all things that are going on right now when we think to people who are taking care of the mentally ill right now.
Oh, yes.
Because reach out. Please reach out. There's always somebody to talk to. And if I had the suicide hotline number available right now, I would spit it out. But I just want people to know that in times like these, we can look on the bright side, but our bodies as humans want to turn and look at the dark side.
Yep. We always go for the negative. You're right.
Please trust that this is all in divine timing.
Yep. It's all
and
happening
that we're all going to get through this together. We really are. And I know I keep saying that, but my heart goes out to the people that are mentally struggling or tied into places they never wanted to be, or got stuck in a place they still are. Or my heart goes out to those people too.
Yep.
But to know that everything's going to be better, it really is.
I want to interrupt for a minute, but I just wanted to tell everybody, feel free to be asking questions. I haven't seen any questions yet, but anything about what's going on, what my guides have told me, what was going on, what I myself have done my own research on, or Larissa too. Please feel free to ask any questions. And
yes, feel free to ask questions. Yeah. We're here to answer them
on what's going on.
And please forgive me, Trish. I have to go. I have to go stoke my stove. Give me a few seconds. I have to go throw a log in the fire.
Yeah, no, that's quite all right.
I'm cold. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
That's quite all right. You do what you got to do. I'm going to adjust something really quick here, because I'm kind of sitting low. I'm kind of sitting low for a reason, but I want to bring this down to me a little bit more. Okay. Okay. You can still see me, but still see her. Okay, yeah. Feel free to ask any questions about what's going on in the world, what my guides have told me. Anything that we should be doing while we're on lockdown, please feel free to ask. If I've got the answer, I will answer it. If I don't, then we'll see if my guides have any 2 cents here. But I'm here if you guys want to ask anything. There is a lot more that's going on behind the scenes than what we're seeing. Yes, there's a lot of stuff that is out in the open. You have to ask yourself one thing. Just ask yourself one thing, guys. If anybody else was in the Oval Office, we would not know what was going on. We would be completely not informed, completely shut down. We would be getting no answers. So please be grateful that right now, every day, we're getting live updates and live questions answered. Okay, there's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason why, right now we're being informed to keep us all awake so that we can all see what's going on and when, and that we can be prepared and understand what's going on in our society. Okay. No other time would we absolutely have somebody answer live questions every day, mind you. We would be completely in the dark, just so you guys know. We would be completely in the dark and not know what was going on, okay? We would not be getting a bailout for those that can't pay their rent, okay? We would just be kind of left alone to figure it out on our own, okay? We would be told to not work, not leave our homes, and that, well, wait, then how are we supposed to pay our stuff? It wouldn't matter to them, okay? So feel very grateful right now that we are in that circumstance where we are going to be getting some assistance there. Oh. I'm sorry, okay. Do you believe 5G rollout has a lot to do with these? No, I do believe that's a separate issue, though. I don't believe that by any means that it's making this worse. I don't believe that it's... Because I've seen a couple of things where people are saying that it's exacerbating it, or it is, in general, just 5G causing this. I do believe it's a separate issue. Yes, I believe that there are some harmful physical effects from it, absolutely, but I don't believe that. I think they're two separate issues is what I'm saying. So I don't agree that they should be rolling out. I could care less about getting 1 million megabumps on my internet, okay? I'm fine just the way it is. I don't feel like it's a necessary thing, but the companies that are in it to make money are always looking for something bigger and better and to make them more money. But so no, I don't believe it's making this worse, but it is definitely another issue. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of hype over in China too. I've seen videos of people leaking out about bodies in the streets, and I've asked my guides on what that is. I'm not getting any answers. It kind of frustrates me because I'd like to know what was going on with that.
With the 5G, is that what you're talking?
Yeah, well, we did talk about that, but I kind of went on to saying that, I've seen the videos that people have leaked through over in China with the bodies in the middle of the streets. I don't believe that that's to do with 5G. Okay, now I'm getting some answers, believe it or not, from my guides. So, it's not 5G and it's not coronavirus, but there is something going on over there that we don't know about. Okay, that's what my guides are saying just now. So the videos
when 5G was rolled out, back when Tesla created 5G, because he did, and that was for free technology worldwide. What the government is rolling out is not what Tesla had ever intended.
Exactly.
But
and there's a couple of different 5Gs
there is
that
an
are
amendment.
out.
They could amend the towers to give us the Tesla free energy that it was supposed to be for, but that is not what they are being installed for at this time, right now in this time.
Right.
Boy, that's a whole burrito. It would take us, we could probably have a whole talk on the 5G thing, because it was made for a good thing when Tesla had designed the 5G. for worldwide free energy. But what they are using it for today is not what they are spilling out to the public about better internet. I mean, come on. Is anybody really complaining about the internet? Our internet works fine. Me and Trish are in 2 different states in the United States, and we are coming live right now to the people. Is it really because we need 5G? No. There is a real sickness behind the rollout of 5G. That is real. But it can be used for what it was made for. One day, when all of this clears, it is going to be made for the good and not for the bad.
That's right. Yeah.
But right now, it's not being used for what it was made for. And I do want the people to know that, because that's what my guides are telling me. At this point, this is not what 5G was made for. At this point, right now, in this time.
And that's kind of what I was saying, Larissa, was that, you know, I could care less if my internet was like 1 million megabumps, you know, I really could care less. I do, there, and like she said, yes, there are 2 different kinds of 5G going around, okay, so the 5G that is being installed right now, all these towers that you're seeing being installed all over the world, those are not the 5G that we want to have. Yes, there is a separate 5G that's completely different, and I do believe there's going to be an intervention on that, and thank you for bringing that up, because that's just the information that I was getting, is that there will be an intervention on that to turn it the other way. When that'll be, I don't know.
Yes,
but
yeah, that one day it will be used for what it was intended for, but at this time it's not being used for what it was intended for.
Right, exactly. But no, I was talking about in the videos that are surfacing with the bodies in the middle of the street in China, I had before asked my guides if that was 5G or if that was coronavirus, and I didn't get an answer. I did get an answer just now from Malaya, and she was saying that it's neither, that there's a separate issue that we are unaware of that's going on over in China right now with everything else. Now, I was told to bring up just now that, you know, we have to remember that China is a communist country, and things done there aren't exactly how we would perceive them going on here. That they are kind of their own thing over there, and communist is communist, and they're going to do things that we would perceive as absolutely terrible. Unfortunately, I think the people over there have a very, very, very rough life, unless you're elite, and they have a lot to deal with, and they have a lot more going on. Lately, there was a news article in which I absolutely 100% believe it's true. I resonated with it. That suddenly, all of a sudden, China has 21 million less cell phone accounts. 21 million less, all of a sudden.
And there was also that burning pit that was emitting gases that could only be emitted from decomposing burned bodies.
You got it.
That came out of China.
You got it. But
I mean, think about that. I mean,
I don't
all these less cell phone accounts,
Mm-hmm. I don't believe that it's all from the virus. That's the thing. That's not the information that I don't believe it was off just from the virus. Yes, maybe some, but not just. Mm-hmm. Not just.
Not the expert, but I agree with you there. That resonates with me, Trish.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Why all of a sudden would they have 21 million? Now, I do believe, I absolutely 100% believe that their death count and their total overall case count is completely higher, way higher than what they're reporting. I don't believe that they would have had 21 million deaths, though. I think there's something far more nefarious going on that we couldn't even imagine. At least that's what, I'm just repeating what Malaya's saying right now, is that it's far worse than what we can imagine. Some of it is corona. Some of it is not. Some of it is just the fact that the kind of country that they live in. Okay. I saw somewhere where, you know, these prison hospitals that are being built. Have you guys seen that? These hospitals that they're building over there specifically for the virus, but they've got bars on all the windows and doors and stuff on the inside. It looks like a prison. apparently they're just, if you have it, they just put you in one of these cells, rooms. They're supposed to be rooms, but I'm gonna call them cells. And they just leave you there until you either get better or you don't. Well, if you don't get better, we know what happens, right? So you're just
well. I
left
mean, in
there.
all reality, they're saying that 80% of the cases get better at home.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the worst of the worst is who's going to the hospital.
Yep. But, you know, over there, like I said, they're building these prison hospitals where they just put you in a cell and leave you there. Well,
I have not seen anything on that, and that just sounds horrible. And I have not seen anything on that. I can't even comment on that.
Oh, I know. And I'll have to send you the postings that I found on this, and there's pictures and everything. You know, it's insane. So, like I said, you know what happens whenever you're just left somewhere to see if you get better from this. Well, the virus lasts for days. So are you just left there for days? Well, what happens if you're just left there for days, whether you have the virus or not? You know, is that why they have 21 million fewer cell phone accounts? You know, I mean, it's crazy to think, but if you're living a different kind of structure, economical structure, then it does, you know, it's sad, it's horrible to think, but
yeah, we're definitely living in a different world.
Yeah,
the world has changed. That's why I said,
absolutely.
You know, post tool and pre-tool. That's you know, that's how I'm adjusting my life today, because wow, I mean, the energies, the disclosure that's coming out. I mean, there are things that people are just, I just don't even know. Like, you know, it's so hard to even watch TV at this point, because there's something being shoved in our face, and there's always, it's fear-based behind it.
Yep.
I find it hard for me to really want to watch a lot of regular TV, but you have to know a little bit. You have to know,
to just stay informed.
Like what's going on with the lockdown. You can't be completely ignorant, because boy, if I could just put my head in the sand and pretend this wasn't happening, I would be one of those people.
Right. Well,
but the reality of it is, I'm educating myself to know enough to stay safe in this new environment that we're living in until we can all figure this out, because we're all walking blindly through this virus. Every one of us. I mean, even the doctors, the scientists, we're all blind right now.
And we have to stay informed. We still have to watch a little bit of TV to find out what's going on, and you know, new guidelines and that. But let me tell you something. I was trying to interrupt for a second. I'm glad you got through that. But my Malaya was just interrupting me and my thinking, and I got flooded with a whole bunch of images from the Holocaust from Nazi Germany. And I really hope to God that doesn't mean that all this is going on in China right now. Because when you look back on the time of World War II, we had the Americans, not to mention the whole rest of the world, had no idea that was going on until the Americans had went in and understood that this was going on, and that wasn't until the very end of the war. Well, by that point, it had already been going on for years, if not almost a decade. I just got flooded with a whole bunch of imagery from that. So my thinking is now leading me into the direction that we might be seeing that type of a situation going on in China right now, because again, when you look back at that time, we had no idea that was going on, because their media was completely blockaded. Well, of course, it wasn't like it is today, of course. But if you're a communist country, you control absolutely every single piece of media that your people can get onto, can post, can see. Okay? There is control over a point to where if you didn't want any of this to get out, then it wouldn't get out. Okay, if you are that type of environment.
And we're lucky and fortunate enough to be able to talk about it.
Yeah, because of our freedom of speech here. Believe you me, we have freedom of speech. I know sometimes it may not seem that way, but when you look at these other countries and what they can and can't do, what country was it? It was Iran. It was completely media blockaded. They couldn't, the whole internet was completely down. Okay, and just because of the type of society that they live in, because they're under a communist control as well. So we have to be grateful for what we do have, and we're very grateful right now for being informed about what was going on. I'm also getting information that the people over there were not aware of what was going on at first. That they were being told that, hold on, that they were being told that they had nothing else to worry about, that they were, say you would go into a hospital because you were having symptoms, and you were told to go home that you were fine, and then when you came back with even more severe symptoms, they were not accepting you, and you were told to go home and die. I'm sorry, I'm just repeating what I'm hearing. Or you would take a family member in, the family member would be accepted, and you were told that you couldn't come see them, and then you would never see them again. Okay. I hope that that's not going on, but I tell you, my guys have really never let me down. But when you look at these evidence and put them together with the fewer cell phone accounts, not to mention all the other stuff, the bodies in the streets, okay, it's hard to even imagine. But you know what? Getting through that, I think that we can kind of wrap this up a little bit, maybe, and kind of end on a lighter note. I hate to get myself down that rabbit hole any further. I just can't imagine. I'm starting to kind of feel it in my heart. So, let me, you know what?
Yeah, it's heavy, and we don't want that. No. We want to bring high vibe. Exactly. We want to get that virus away from all of us. Exactly. Stay safe, stay at home, and, know that we were all connected, and that 444 is opening us up to the higher realms, bringing us together as one, picture ourselves as a light beacon, shining bright to the world, helping Mother Gaia in her ascension as we're doing this great awakening together. We want to definitely leave today with high vibes, but we also wanted to bring the awareness that we know the darkness, the sadness, all of that is still here.
You got it.
That is not gone. But the darkness is fighting. It's fighting to survive, and we won't allow it. That's why we're all coming together all around the world today.
Yep.
You, me, all of us, that we're going to get together and say, we choose love. We choose love.
Yep. And, the whole point of bringing this out into the open, of being informed of stuff like this going on in the world, is because so we can move past it, see it, understand it, and stop it, and then make way for the things that are higher vibratory, like love, because we pick up in a time of need. We make order out of chaos. Okay, the chaos is exposed, and then we can make the order out of it. So yes, we see this stuff going on, we understand, and know we don't like it, but now that we know about it, we can fix it. How do you fix something
we don't know is a lot more chaos coming, Trish.
Yeah.
And we don't have time to talk about it tonight because we have an agenda with our meditation tonight.
Yep.
But, me and Trish could go into a big, long rabbit hole about what's about to come out.
Oh, my gosh,
We'll have to do another show when we're talking about some more disclosure, when we're talking about, people should be prepared for, anywhere from 3 to 10 days of darkness. That's going to be a reality. Absolutely. So kind of try to prepare yourself,
and it's a good
for
thing.
3 to 7 days. We could lose our electricity. We could, that's a real reality. There's a lot of things that are going to be changed over and, rearranged and moved around. So prepare yourself for that.
And
make sure you have candles.
And
you
just
have,
know,
your survival things.
Yep, and just know that when the lights go out like that, it's a very good thing. That means the right people have taken control.
The right people have taken control, and the lights will only go out until the light comes on, and that light will be so bright that I don't even know how to, oh gosh, I can't wait for that day.
I know. So just know you heard it from here. When the lights go out, it's a good thing. That means the right people have now taken control. afterwards there will be some things. Now we're not going to go into it, but I will say one thing. Those 50 people that I told you earlier, I was doing a search on, how many child predators were arrested in the last 2 days, and I had 50 plus results. Those were the low man on the totem poles, the very bottom. Okay, it goes way, way, way higher. Up. Okay, just be prepared for some of the things, and again, it's going to shock you. Belief systems are going to be shattered, but we will make the best world out of it, because we're going to see it, we're going to hurt for a while, but then we're going to heal it, and we're going to heal it in no way that any man have ever seen before. Because when we heal it like that, and the whole world is healing it, we're going to unite our consciousness the way it should have been united in the first place. Out of love, out of light, out of compassion for one another, out of understanding, empathy. Because
our highest purpose.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because no other person is going to be going through it a little less, or anymore. We're all going to be going through it together. And we're going to have compassion on that, because I know how you feel, because you went through the same thing as Larissa or you, okay? We're all going through it at the same time, okay? Well, you know what? Yes, we're going to feel down for a while because of what's going to come out, but again, that is only temporary. That must happen so that we can heal it and create a much better world for ourselves. And we're doing that right now.
Yes, all of it is temporary. All of it.
Yep, absolutely.
We have to remember, it's all temporary, and yes, that is like the perfect way of putting it. It's all temporary.
Yep.
All is well, just as it's meant to be. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank all of you that are out there being vigilant and staying home and staying high-vibed and getting to know your family again, getting to know the person you're in love with. Those are beautiful things. Spending time with your animals. Your animals are going through this too. Everybody is doing this together. Mm-hmm. Everybody that lives on planet Earth, thank you, Mother Gaia. She is in labor. She is going to give birth to a new world. It is for us to ease her pain. And that is, another part of the reason we're coming here tonight as a collective, to wrap our arms and our hearts and our thoughts on each other and on Mother Gaia, to spread the love. That's why we're here. We're going to raise the vibration. We're going to help the world, because I love you. You are me. I am you. I am I.
Yep.
That is what we are.
I'm going to have, I tell you what, again, please feel free to ask any more questions, because here in just a few minutes, I'm going to start my singing bowl meditation. So I'll give everybody a few minutes to get any questions in that they have lingering. Crystal, if you're still on, I did see your question earlier about Jake and hearing screaming. Now, was this physical? Did he hear this physical screaming, or was this a spirit that he was hearing screaming? Let me ask you that. I wasn't ignoring your question. I'm sorry. I did see it. I just needed to get to a place where I could answer it.
What was the question, Trish?
So my friend Crystal was asking her boy Jake, who's, I forget how old he is, hon, 10, 11. She had said, let me go back up. He heard screaming and saw a girl screaming, and he was actually sobbing. Now this boy, for one, I'm going to tell you that he's pretty sensitive. I mean, he's not like he's a girl sensitive, but I mean, he's very sensitive to energies. So he's going to be picking up on energies a little bit more quick than, us old folk. But the kids in general coming in nowadays are all very tender, very sensitive to energies anyway. But the problem is that some of them are not understanding how to take it. So they're going to that are going to
well,
perceive it
yeah,
differently.
because the parents aren't awake enough to
right.
help their child along. So
right.
the children are coming out far awakened, more than their parents.
Yeah. And they're
trying
no
to feel their way around a world that is so much different than their parents.
Right, right. And it's through no fault of the parents, it's just...
the parents out there need to, recognize that these children are sensitive and that what they're saying and they're sensing is very real to them.
Yep.
And they came here with a whole different setup than we came here with.
Yep.
They get to remember a lot of where they came from, and we didn't. We were all given, the amnesia pill when we all came down here. Though we made our contract, we signed it. This is what we signed up for, and we came down here at this time. We did not get to come here with the eyes and the all-knowing. We had to work there. We all had to work to the point where, at the level we are today, we worked for it because we did not come in here knowing. But the children that have been born since 2000 and that are being born today, they are coming in knowing, they are remembering, they very sensitive. And for a parent to say, oh, I don't know, are you sure? I don't think so. No, should be asking, why is why are they doing what they're doing? I mean, is it good? Is it bad? And if they have bad things coming at them, they need to teach their children to ground themselves and protect themselves.
Right.
So, it's really time that we all awaken to what's really going on. The veil is very thin. The world is awakening to a new world, and this is a part of the ascension. And if we're waking up to our children and our grandchildren, we need to help them, and they're going to be helping us more than anything.
That's right.
It's going to be to where they're helping us more than we'll ever be helping these children.
We're going to be looking to them for answers. Absolutely. We're going to be looking for them for answers one of these days. Well, some of us already are. But what I find a lot in spirit energies, like people, energies that are spirits, that ones that have passed on, that have not moved on, some of them are just trying to get our attention. They just want to know, they're either trying to warn us about something, or they just want to see if they can't get our attention to where we can sense them, feel them, see them. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes I've heard stories of people getting things thrown at them, and I'll get a message that they literally were just trying to get your attention because you weren't hearing them. So, I mean, what do you do when you get mad at somebody for not hearing you? If you're a thrower, then you throw something at them.
You get frustrated.
yeah, exactly. Why are you not hearing me? And sometimes
I am here. Can't you see? I am here.
Exactly.
Yeah, like my mom used to like to pull hair in her, when she was here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And she was visiting my son Levi's place. And they're like, oh, my gosh, Mom, there's a ghost here. I mean, they described my mom to a T. And they're like, she's pulling hair. I'm like, it's just your grandma.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Exactly.
That is her trademark.
Exactly.
She's trying to say hello. She's there. She's protecting you. Yeah. So.
Exactly. Sometimes there's a simple answer, and it's not always a scary one.
It's not always evil, and it's not always bad. And if something comes around you, you can ask that question with your heart. You're going to know.
Right. Exactly.
If it doesn't feel good, it must go.
Yep.
It must go and must never return, and you rebuke it. Like, that's just the way it is. I mean, I keep myself grounded and protected that I don't deal with, they're not allowed.
Right. Mm-hmm. You got it.
They're not allowed.
You got it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to do this singing bowl meditation, and then what I will ask you guys to do is go ahead and share, because I'm going to start this meditation. I want to try to get as many in here as we can. And then I think I'm going to start a watch party. Let's do this one.
Is it possible to start out like letting people know about some mantras that could help them at this point right now? Because with this portal opening, we want our I am. Our I am
Absolutely.
Mantras out there, because this is going to help them big time. Like, I am safe. I am healthy. I am a body of healing and love.
Mm-hmm.
I am giving out love. I am worthy of receiving love. I am beautiful. I am protecting Mother Earth. Those, any affirmation that is important to you, use it as an I am statement, because the universe is listening. And if you say, I am healthy, you shall be healthy.
That's right.
I am safe. You will be safe. Just know that's very important for taking care of you every day. Make sure that you are taking care of you with I am.
That's right.
I am well. I am happy. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows.
Absolutely. That's absolutely
very,
perfect.
very important right now.
Yep, absolutely perfect. I appreciate that. Absolutely.
Because if we're taking care of us, we're taking care of the collective. We are the collective.
Absolutely.
Take care of you. It ripples from you. You are the drip. You are the ripple.
You got it. You got it. All right, guys. So give me just 1 minute. I'm going to take a couple of drinks here and let me get set up here. I have the bowl right behind me.
I can talk. I mean, I'd love to take questions, but I can't see the board. But I can talk.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's only going to take me about 15 seconds here. So hold on just a minute.
Well, I want to thank everyone that's still here or who is just now coming on, because we heard the call.
Yep.
For the meditation.
Absolutely.
To send this love out, to help Mother Gaia, to help the collective. And we made it a point to do it tonight, between the 4th and the 5th. And we're not the only ones. And I thank God and I thank the world for everybody who joined in today.
Yes, thank you.
And tonight. And who are continuing to carry that light, that loving light, that white light, that guiding light, that violet flame light, holding us and holding Mother Earth right now, because it's more powerful than I can say in human words. What we're doing is amazing. What you are doing is amazing. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We have a lot more we could talk about. But our real mission tonight was to send out the love and the healing, because we and the world needs it. The earth needs it. We all need it. And may the singing bowls clear out anything that doesn't resonate with you. May you put your energy into the bowls of healing.
Yes.
To letting go of any karmic garbage that you feel is packing around. Let go of any attachments, any judgments, any negativity. It's not the time to carry extra baggage right now. It is very important that you release everything that needs released, and only carry with you through this chaos. If you do anything in this lockdown, take the time to go through your inventory in your life. What is really good with you right now? What isn't good for you right now? This is the time to shine the light on that. And what needs to go, needs to go.
Absolutely.
What needs to stay will stay, and it'll stay in love.
And don't
take what you love with you from this point on.
Absolutely.
And may tonight be the starting point of that inventory of your life, that we move forward, all of us together in love as a unit, because without unity, there is no community.
Absolutely.
And we are a worldwide community. We are all in this together.
Yep. And
we are going to do this together.
By any means.
And no matter how chaotic it gets,
okay, just making sure
we are all
any questions.
Together. And may tonight may we all find peace tonight. Yep. May love get so rippled so hard around the earth that we wake up tomorrow and the sun never goes down. It's so sunny. Yeah. Like I see good things coming. I do. I love that. Thank you all for being here and joining us. And even if you're not joining us live, thank you for being here. Because
Absolutely.
if you're
being
not
present.
here live, you're going to come when you were meant to be here. You were resonated. You were brought here to this message that me and Trish was guided to bring to you.
Absolutely.
And I thank you for that.
Okay.
I am grateful.
Yep, and don't hold back. I'm going to start with a few words. So what I want you guys to do, for those that are present, is I need you to use your visualization skills, okay? Just like starting any meditation, I want you to first do some protection things, and you want to visualize an egg-shaped white light in the shape of an egg surrounding you, with a barrier somewhat like an egg shell that nothing can penetrate, but beautiful cosmic love and light. And there's going to be a barrier around you, yes, but you want to take in some of that cosmic, beautiful white light into your crown here. The bowl that I have here is actually for your crown chakra. I have several more coming that are being delivered next week. So next week, by next weekend's live feed, I will have a bowl for each one of the chakras. But for now, focus on the crown, because of the name of the virus. It's so symbolic that we are waking up our crowns right now. Okay, this is what's happening. Do you want to visualize that white light going into that crown and opening your energy up to this cosmic, beautiful energy? We are getting galactic assistance in this way. We are getting cosmic, beautiful energy from our star families right now, and this is evidenced by the captured video. Okay, so but I want you to feel this energy, feel it, feel the lightness of it, feel the vibratory nature of it, feel how it's feeling in you. Okay, how are you resonating with it? Is it giving you energy? Okay, is it can you physically feel yourself vibrating? Do you feel it in any such chakra that's more than the other? Okay, where do you feel this energy at as it's going down? Because it's going to go down from your crown to your third eye, to your throat, and so forth. Okay, and that's how it cleanses you. So pay attention to how you're feeling it. Where are you feeling it? That's the place where you need the most healing from. And then I want you to hold it there as you're feeling this. Hold it there. And then when you feel a breakup of that energy, then you know that it's time to move on to the next place. Okay? And then again, focus there. There are several points in everybody's body that needs this energy more than the other. Okay, whether it's your kidney, so that would be your solar chakra. Okay, if you're feeling it more in the solar, that means that your kidneys might be slower or faster or what have you. If you're feeling it in your throat chakra, that's spiritually meaning that maybe you're having trouble expressing your truths, or it could be thyroid issues that you're having. Okay, so if you're feeling it more here, focus on it. Feel that energy in there, and then when you feel a lightening up of that, move on, like I said, and then go on to the next place. Okay, so I'm going to start, and I'm going to I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, just like the last time. Now, I cannot see the comments where I'm at, unfortunately. I tell you what. Yeah, well, I can't really see the comments. I was going to take you down, but then I still can't see the comments, so it's okay. Alright. Well, I'm sorry I can't see questions, guys, but I'll take a peek at it before I leave, okay? My kitty's gonna join in. He's been all over this. this pole. Okay. Alright, guys. So close your eyes. Visualize that beautiful white light, divine energy coming in through your crown. And then moving down to the third eye. How does it feel there? Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel fast? Does it feel slow? Does it feel stuck? Pay attention to the way that it's making you feel spiritually. Is it bringing up old memories? Is it making you see things that possibly were very traumatic for you? Hold it there. Focusing on the sound.
Trish, I cannot hear the bowl. Here we go.
Is that better? Okay. Now focus your attention on your throat chakra center. And again, I want you to pay attention to how it's making you feel. Is it bringing up memories of past situations where you've been lied to, or maybe you have not been as truthful? Have you been in situations where you were unable to speak your truth? Do you feel held back? Or maybe have you feel like you have said too much? Whatever the situation is, hold it. Hold that energy there. And focus on how it's making you feel. Is it too fast? Is it too slow? The purpose is to break up that feeling and transmute it into higher energies, higher frequencies. Now bring it down to your heart chakra center. Hold it there. Understand how it's affecting you. How is it presenting itself in the heart? Are there past heartbreaks? Are you exceeding in the heart? Do you have and experience a lot of anxiety? Because anxiety is a mere excess of energy in the heart center that has not been transmuted. Because the opposite of love is fear. Whenever our heart chakra is imbalanced or has an unnecessary amount of energy, it presents it in fear or anxiety. We transmute that, we change that by turning it into love and understanding. It's all from the same center. It's all from the same heart center. So take it into the heart. See how it's making you feel. Understand it. What memories are it bringing up? Hold it and use this sound to transmute that into all loving energy. Let's bring it down to the solar chakra center. Take it into the solar and hold it. How is it making you feel? Is it bringing up unresolved issues and possibly how you hold your power in society or in a family environment? Have you been in situations where you have made to feel powerless or have made others feel powerless? Do you have a voice for yourself? Or are you always being that voice for others? Do you feel like you don't do enough? Do you feel like you do too much? What job do you hold? Because whatever type of job we hold designates how we are seen in society on how much power we withstand. But regardless, we want the word power to mean how we respect ourselves and how much we love ourselves and love others. That is what we would like to, that is what we want humanity to understand the word power means. How do we see ourselves? How do we respect ourselves? And how do we respect others as of energy-wise? How do you use your energy? Do you spend it on material items? Do you spend it on spiritual items? Do you spend it on spiritual experiences? There's where your power should lie. So use this sound and transmute it to your definition of power, meaning how do we see ourselves? How do we love ourselves? How do we love society? How do we spend that? the sacral energy center. Hold it. Understand, feel how it's making you feel. How is it affecting you? Is it making you feeling more energetic, more creative? Are you seeing colors in your vision or your third eye? Are you thinking about painting? Are you thinking about drawing? Or is it making you feel disempowered or overwhelmed or maybe less than creative in any way, shape, or form? Is it making you feel, that you're overworth? Is it making you feel, maybe there's some trauma here with sexual trauma? Is it bringing back these memories? Is it bringing issues such as, lack of education, that you at one time wanted more education? Or are you excelling in this area? Maybe you have a lot of education. The education in this world is, the whole system is going to change soon, so I don't want you to get too immersed in, I gotta get my doctorate, or, what I'm meaning is the education, how we learn is going to change completely. So you may be seeing this coming up and you're not understanding why. But regardless, focus those energies, see how it's affecting you, how use this sound to help transmute it to more of a balancing creation. How are you using your creative ideas for education or for art? Are you a writer? Use this sound to transmute it to your wishes on how you would better merge yourself and those around you. Whether it's to do with your soul mission, your spirit mission, or even a physical mission. Okay. Now moving on to the root chakra center. And this center right here is severely being affected right now globally, because when we look at the root chakra center, that's where your survival lies. That's where your need for food and water and shelter. This is all being stirred up right now, unfortunately. And we see this as evidenced by, panic buying and panic shopping, and, people, their rent, how is the rent going to be paid, etc., etc. This is your basis. That's where the energy for that lies, is your root chakra. And that is, again, it's being stirred up right now. But we want to use this sound to transmute it to the idea that no matter what we do or what happens, we're always taken care of. If you haven't noticed, everything has a sense of working itself out just as it needs to. So you should always feel safe because as divine beings, we are always divinely protected here. This should never be at stake. We are always divinely protected. So visualize yourself paying for your rent or your mortgage. Visualize yourself getting your dream job. Visualize yourself having everything that you need materially as far as daily living, toilet paper, food. Again, everything has a way of working itself out divinely every day, and we always have the things that we need, correct? So use this sound to visualize that and transmute those lower energies to being safe, having our essential items, being loved, being close to one another, having compassion for one another. Okay, and if you didn't notice, I saved the crown chakra for last because right now it's, as far as feelings and energetic wise, it's the most important right now to know that we have that divine connection continuously. It's never ended. So even though we're just visualizing it now, it's always there. That cord is always there. And as we're going through this time of high anxiety, just intense emotion and intense purging and healing that's going on, or it's being evidenced by the virus being manifested, it's being evidenced by the panic buying, it's being evidenced by all the people being exposed further or crimes. It's all evidenced by a global purging. Okay, that's why it's happening. That's what we're seeing is a global purging of the collective conscious. And this is what's in the purging. Okay, the predators are what's in this purging. We're getting it out. Okay, the virus is what's in the purging. We're getting it out. Okay, once it's out, it's done. So let's take some time. Transmute this energy by this sound into visualizing a world where there is no virus, where there is no predators, where there is no shortage of food or energy or water, or, currency to pay bills with, or maybe there is no currency to where we have to pay somebody for the land that we own and the home that we own, but yet we gotta pay somebody. Maybe visualize that we don't have to take that route. Maybe visualize a land where, there's always respect for one another no matter what we do. Okay, or compassion for one another. Okay. Use this energy to transmute. Alright. I hope that was okay for everyone that's on. I'm going to get over back here and see if there was any more questions here. Larissa, are you still on the video? Okay.
I'm still on here and I enjoyed it.
Good, I'm glad.
But I thought, having that done, clearing and, that felt so beautiful. That maybe we could also, there's an energetic code, not code, I don't know why I said code, an energetic shield that, our listeners can also, take the time and, protect themselves from viruses, chemtrails, 5G.
Totally.
And
okay.
I would like to read that, and if, they would like to, eventually say this in their own way, but they are able to protect themselves also with an energetic shield.
Yeah, totally.
So not just our physical body, but our energetic, our etheric field, our auric field. And the field is open right now, by the way, through the portal. So protecting our field is really important. So I'd like to just take a minute, and I'm going to read an energetic shield to you, that if it's easier for you to change it up a little bit, but to make sure that you are energetically, right now in this time, all of our lives it's important, but right now it's particularly important.
Absolutely.
So if you could find the time during your meditation or before bed, or, definitely anytime you leave your home, you should just do this at least once or twice a day, if, once for sure.
Absolutely.
I am. And it's an I am presence, again, to, acclimate the universe, that I am asking, I am requesting, I am thankful, I am blessed. But anyways, this is what you could say in the morning, before, you start your day, and at night before you go to bed, before you end your night and you astral travel and you go to your other realms. And here we go. This is an energetic shield to protect you. I am immune from accepting or any infiltrated thought, seed, or program from becoming a suggestion, energetic, or a physical code. I am immune from accepting infiltration beyond my own personal infinity sphere.
There you go. I like that.
And I hold strong that boundary with the sovereignty of the Excalibur Codex, that I shall be protected. I ask and I call all light beings, angelic ascended masters, archangels, any light being who comes with love and light, source that is polarized positively from the source of our almighty source consciousness, our Christ consciousness, to stand by me in my endeavors as a light warrior in transition. I hold fast to the diamond light and the rainbow gemstone codes and fields as an activated starseed and multidimensional awareness. I make this my call, my plea, my bond, and my forever code, that so it shall be, so it is. Within this I stand with compassion, love, and in gratitude that I am protected, loved, shielded from anything that does not lead me on my highest path. Amen.
I love that. Thank you. Amen. And so it be. And so it is.
So it is.
Yeah. You're welcome, Amy. You know what? I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that has stuck around and waited through all the darn technical difficulties. You know what? I vow to one day have a live feed where it's wonderful and we look professional as we need to, as we actually really are.
One day a flawless view of our live feed.
Exactly.
That is in our future.
Exactly. And you know, one of these days it will be that way. And it's more about getting the messages to you guys. You know, we don't care about, you know, us, you know, in the popularity. We just want the message to get out, okay? We want the right people to see. And
the message means nothing if we have nobody to give it to.
Yep.
Because this is for everybody.
Exactly.
Our messages are for the collective, and we can't sit at home with important messages if they're just going to stay there.
That's right.
We've been asked to give them. We're here to do it. Even if technology tries to stop us, me and Trish are going to keep on trying. Keep on getting the message. Yep. And we want questions. We want to be here to help you.
Absolutely. As we have been, and as we always will.
Thank you for joining us and sticking with us.
You got it. As we have been and how we always will. Absolutely. We're not going to stop. We want the people who these messages are meant for to have the right messages, and we're going to stop at nothing to make that happen. So, as long as we're getting the information, then you are. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got the power to keep on coming, and we're going to keep on doing it, because we are ground crew, light workers, star warriors, and divine sisters, and we're here to do it.
You got it. Amen. Amen.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to sign off of YouTube here, and again, you all, thank you so much for bearing with us, and I really appreciate it. You know,
thank you.
Again, we just want you guys to have knowledge and stay informed, and also have hope, because this is only temporary. We are going to get through this, and we're going to come out as a whole, and even better and more loving and compassionate. One race, and that race is humanity. One race. Okay.
One love.
Humanity.
One race. Yes.
Earthlings. Okay.
Earthlings.
And
woo! Humans. Yes, us Earthlings.
One thing to bring to the table, my guides are saying, you know, when is first contact, you know, we are getting energetic assistance from our star families, but they're saying that the calendars, their cosmic calendars, have first contact down for July of 2021, so we will see. But there are a lot of things that have to take place until then, like, you know, the whole rest of the world being prepared for something like that. It's starting individually now, as evidenced by, you know, me, myself, and Miss Larissa, and everybody having those type of personal. It's more like on a personal type experience right now, and then it'll
We
move
will
to
all
larger.
join our cosmic family one day.
Exactly.
But for right now, well,
exactly. It's happening individually.
Nobody's coming to save us. We are saving ourselves and Mother
That's
Gaia.
right.
Remember, we are
That's
all
right.
doing our part.
That's right. It's all individual until it meets the whole, and then it'll be public. So.
Amen.
Woo! July.
I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. But let's all do our work until then. Our personal, individual, karmic work until then. So July 2021, coming soon to a planet near you. Okay. But
beam me up, Scotty.
So again, I'm the Healing Oracle. You can find me on the Healing Oracle page, and then the group, there is a spiritual life coaching group attached to that page. And then as well as Miss Larissa Cosmos, you can also find her on the Goddess of Goodbyes page, and together we have a group named the Divine Sisterhood, Sisters United. Feel free to stop by and post, and we love aura photos. So you'll find a lot of those in there, and that's just to keep the group uplifted and positive, and there are some life codes that come in with that too, so feel free. And then we will probably most likely be on next weekend. I will have all 7 of my singing bowls by then, so I will be able to do a much broader range of singing bowl sessions. So all 7. So I'll be back there playing all different types of tones, and it's going to be just beautiful. So if you enjoyed tonight, you will most definitely enjoy next weekend. I just can't wait. Can't wait, because it'll be able to do all the notes for all the chakras. So think about the type of healing that's going to be coming from that. Like, I am just beyond excited, and I'm beyond excited for you guys.
Need and any questions you need answered, it can all be taken care of in one place at one time.
You got it. You got it. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the point of this. We do a conversation, a talk, and then we do in the middle of that a Q&A where you can bring up all your questions, whether it's anything spiritual, so anything energetic, energy, frequency, dimensions, dream coding, symbolism, synchronicity, any experience you need validated, bring it a live feed, or if it's extraterrestrials or interdimensional beings, or you name it, bring to the live feed, and we'll be glad to answer them for you. And then usually if we don't know the answer, we're going to tell you, and then our guides may come in and answer. That happened a couple of times tonight, okay? And then at the end, I'll probably do the big singing bowl meditation again, and use all 7 of my bowls. So I'm so excited. So here's to hoping that they all come in when they're supposed to. Because I know some of the shipping
fingers
delayed.
Crossed.
Yes. So come back for an in-depth healing next weekend. With both of us. But I love you all. Thank you all very much for joining. And Larissa, did you want to say a few ending words?
Absolutely. In the meantime, just remember to have faith over fear. And I love you. And to all of you who took the time to come here and listen to our talk and meditate with us tonight, amazing. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And join us anytime you see us on. We'd love it when we want to thank you. You're the reason we're here. Yep. We are here for you. And I look forward to coming back again. Yep. And I want to thank my sister, my divine sister, Trish, for always inviting me on her show as a special guest. I appreciate it.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And I do, because we flow so well. I love it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that concludes tonight. Come back next weekend for the same, if not better. Amy says it's amazing how you both answer all of my questions as they pop into my head. Yeah, we both have a habit of doing that. There's a reason for that. It's not really us. It's our divine guidance, you know.
It's the collective.
That's right.
It's out there.
We're picking up on that. So, again, come back next weekend for even better of a session, okay? If you thought tonight was great, you'll be impressed with next weekend. I love you all, and to all, a beautiful, divine, cosmic good night.